If you're a woman over 35, can love and marriage still be in your future? The answer is absolutely yes. Just ask 3 highly successful women who met and married their true loves after they turned 35. It's the subject of a new book, Love for Grown-Ups, the Garter Bride's Guide to Marrying for Life When You've Already Got a Life. Co-author Tish Rabe is here to talk about this relationship guide for women 35 and up.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
So I think this is an important topic because sometimes there are women that kind of get left behind. Their friends are getting married, they're getting pregnant, yet they're still searching for Mr. Right.
Right.
And that's kind of the basis of this book?
It absolutely is. I wrote it with 2 friends, Pat and Ann, and all of us got married over the age of 35 and wanted to share the wisdom and what we'd learned and what brides all across the country had learned about getting married later in life.
Well, can you give us some of the tips? What's when you're frustrated, what do you do? What do you think?
Well, what we really say, we have a lot of great advice in the book, but one of the things we always say is just never give up. It is never too late to find true love. A lot of our brides had sort of said, you know, I don't think this is ever going to happen for me, and indeed that's exactly when it did happen for them.
Probably when you're least expected, right?
Least expected, yes.
I noticed you have a garter belt with you. This is the Sisterhood of Garter Brides.
Yes, this is actually a garter. Pat and Ann wore the same garter at their weddings. They got married when they were over 35, and they shared it with their girlfriends. And this garter has been worn by brides all across the country who got married when they were 35 and over. So it's ready for the next bride. And we call ourselves the Garter Brides, and I became a Garter Bride when I got married for the first time at 36.
Wow, so tell me, this is a personal story. You met your husband years ago, but you kind of reconnected.
We did. I met my husband when I was 16, and he was 17. We were in high school, stars of the High School Musical, and we reconnected after I actually went to a high school reunion. So the Garter Brides will tell you, high school reunions and college reunions, think about going.
Really?
I'm living proof. It works.
All right. So talk to me about a long-distance relationship. Does it normally work? There must be a new set of challenges.
Well, there are. And one of the things about being a mature bride is that often you've got a job, he's got a job, maybe you've got kids, he's got kids. What you learn, and the tips are in the book, is you can really make some of this stuff work because you're older and more mature. A lot of our brides had long-distance relationships. A few of them have long-distance marriages.
Now, is there a certain age group, if a woman is over 35, that they should be looking at or concentrating on, or is age nothing but a number?
I think it's nothing but a number. Mostly, I'll tell you honestly, it's attitude. You know, don't give up. Keep giving it a shot. Go out on blind dates. Pat and Ann met their husbands on blind dates. So blind dates have kind of gotten a bad rap, but in the book we talk about looking at them as first dates and going out on them.
All right, so what's the single most important thing a woman needs to remember when she's looking for grown-up love?
I think for grown-up love, the Garter Brides will tell you that the most important thing is, number one, don't give up. There's always a chance you're going to find that certain person. And also, if you've had a bad experience in the past, some of our brides have, maybe they were married before, just leave that in the past. Look at the new guy with a new outlook, give him a chance, and give new love a chance.
So you get to an older age, you're at 35, and you still want to get married, but you have that checklist.
Yes.
Is it time to get rid of the checklist? I mean, I don't want to say settle, but maybe not be so picky?
Well, you know, it's very interesting. We encourage checklists.
Okay.
We do encourage that you write them in pencil and keep erasers at the
Funny,
ready.
look what I'm holding.
You happen to be holding a pencil. And what we found is your checklist when you're 35 is different than your checklist when you were 21. And that sits at the core of the book. It's not the same to think about getting married when you're 35 and up than it is when you're 21. So keep an open mind, but absolutely, if there's something that's on your checklist, it's on your checklist, and you have a right to know what you're looking for, and, you know, keep it on there, but again, keep the eraser around too.
What do you think about the new ways of dating, like online dating and the social media? How does that play in?
Our brides have done very, very well with internet dating. What we do suggest is that you be as honest as you can in your profile. It's not always the easiest thing, but to be open to internet dating. We have had an amazing amount of brides get married with social networking, yes.
So Tish, let me bring you back to the beginning when you were with your friends. How did you guys come up with the idea to write this book?
Well, it was funny because I had heard that all these women wore the same garter and all across the country and all these different kinds of weddings, big weddings, little weddings, and I just thought it was a great sisterhood because they have this in common. And now we've started groups of garter brides all across the country. We send out a little garter and they start it with their friends.
So
you could be next.
That's terrific. All right, where can we find your book, Tish?
Our book is everywhere books are sold. It's on Amazon, it's on the Harlequin website, and it's in all the big major booksellers.
All right, we have the book on the screen there. It's, again, it is called Love for Grown-Ups, and again, available anywhere. Tish, I want to thank you so much for being here. This was so informative, and you're giving women everywhere hope.
Absolutely. It's never too late. Thank you so much.
Terrific. All right, coming up next, gluten-free chef Robert Landolfi is back to tell us about this new cookbook and how to make an easy fish dish. That's when Connecticut Style returns. Stay with us.